Fuck. And we are live! Hey everyone, my name is Prince, and welcome to the first stream of Max Steel March! How are we all doing? It's finally time. Apologies for the music cutting out. It happens every time you tab out. Let me send out the notifs, and we will get this show on the fucking road. How are we all doing on this fine Saturday evening? I've been looking forward to this all week. I've been looking forward to it since January. Ugh. Notifs are being sent out. As we speak. A douche. Boosh. Hit. Hair in my mouth. Ah. And there we go. Twitter. And there we go. Ha ha. There we go. Good shot. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the Sims 4 and the first Max Steel March live stream. I will actually briefly check the audio. Give me a sec just to make sure it's all alright. Yeah, I think it's alright. Excuse me. Alright. Hello, Destin Blue. Hello, Leo. Hello, Drift. Hello, Winter. Hello, Thuka. Hello, Sasha. Welcome, one and all. The guy next to you wearing a Darth Vader helmet. That's not me. Does this look like me? I'm not ginger. I kind of wish I was. No, I like my hair. Yes, we are here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first live stream of Max Steel March, celebrating Max Steel and encouraging all of you at home to make shit for Max Steel. And this is how I'm celebrating. This is the, this is my contributions to the month, apart from my regular videos, obviously. So, in this first stream of the 4 streams we're doing this month, we are going to be designing Max Steel characters in The Sims 4 as best we can, obviously. Yeah, there's nothing really much else. You know, we're gonna hang out, gonna have a chat, we're gonna make some Max Steel characters. It's gonna be a nice, chill Saturday stream for us all to chill out together and, yeah, enjoy this. So yeah. Favorite turbo mode? Probably turbo rocket mode. I probably will make Dread, but obviously it's gonna be like regular human Dread. I don't know if I'm gonna make the Elementors. I did toy around with maybe making like Steel as a human, so I might give the Elementors a shot, see if I can, like, make them as humans. But, yeah, I don't know, we'll have to see. Favorite duo strike? Probably Sonic Flight Mode. Actually, probably Sonic Strength Mode. The only duo strike mode that had, like, concept art for it. Show concept art that didn't actually get to be in the show. I still don't know really what they were going to do with that mode. I assume that was going to be a thing that they were going to put in the show and they just didn't. Yeah, let's get straight into it, shall we? So again, obviously these are mainly going to be like making their civilian outfits, not them in their actual suits, because that wouldn't really be possible without custom content that, you know, doesn't exist. I did have a brief look into making custom content, you know, like mods, but it was a bit complex and not really something I could learn in like a week. If I could be one Max Steel character that's not Max, who would I be? It's a good question. I mean, like, 9 times out of 10, life is not good for people, like, in Max Steel. Like, you know, we think it's, you know, all... I mean, I don't really know if I'd even want to be Max. Like, back in, you know, school and stuff, I left homework and stuff and everything to the last minute all the time anyway. So, you know, like, balancing that with being a superhero... You know, it wouldn't be that good a life, to be honest. Excuse me. Maybe a THI person, but working there when Molly was CEO. Right. Let's start off, obviously, with the main man himself. We're gonna do Max. We're gonna go young adult. Where do I prefer to sleep? In a coffin. Actually, no, I'm just gonna bloody skip this. I'm gonna have to just do it like this. Because there's no way to bloody just say no. You can't change your mind in The Sims. If you choose to answer the stupid personality quiz, you have to answer it. No thanks. Right. Okay, this is not that bad a start for Max. Max McGruth. As Mr. Jones once said. We're going to make him a young adult. We have the option to make him a teen, but we're going to make him a young adult just for, you know, ability to customize. Hey, Ewan. Fuse 2 turbo modes together like a duo strike. What 2 modes and why? Again, I don't really know. There's too many variables with that. I need to get up a picture of Max. Just shrink down a window so it's the right size. There we go. Let's have a look at you, Max. Yeah, give me a close-up of his face. There we go. But yeah, again, a lot of modes, like, just wouldn't really work. Mainly because, you know, there are certain modes that just aren't compatible. Right, he is pale as the... Okay, not that pale. Fucking hell. Okay, that's good. Again, a duo strike with Titan mode would just be, like, so fucking powerful. I tend not to, like, when I'm answering that question, I tend not to mention Titan mode because I just think it's a bit unrealistic. It's like, you know, it'd be like combining Exo Strength and fucking Titan mode. It'd be like the amount of turbo energy that would need. I've always liked the idea of combining, Spike and Heat mode. And that being, like, that making the spikes, like, flammable. And it'd be, like, you know, instead of the spikes being blue, they'd be, like, orange. I think that'd look really cool. Yeah. Titan and Nova. Hello, King of the Monsters. Ewan, don't spam. I can see your messages. Or blue flames, yeah, I didn't think about that, Drift. Although I think it would, look more unique with the orange, fire. It would be cool, though, if Max jacked up heat mode to, like, a ridiculous level, he could do orange, blue fire, sorry. I think I know. Only thing is, can I swap this around? It's a bit long, this one. I think there might be a better one. Aha! Yes. Pretty. It could do with being a bit. Wait, can I back up, back up. Jesus. Can I like make his forehead a bit? No, I can't like lower it. Oh God. I can't, like, make his forehead shorter. What color would I make my turbo base mode? It would probably be red. You know. I'm wearing the shirt. I'm in turbo casual mode right now. Yeah, don't worry. It's a lengthy process going through these. Be patient. Okay, well, he's got quite a... He does have quite a... That's literally... I could do with like a... Hold on. Why? Okay, what am I actually doing? Why am I not making use of the multiple Max Steel, like multiple folders of fucking renders I have? There we go. I've got a render that's, like, dead on his face. That's a lot more useful. Who would I say I'm most like in Max Steel? Maybe Berto. I think being Berto would be pretty alright. Okay, we're getting there a bit now. Oh, hold on. Yeah, maybe if I move his eyes up a bit, that compensates for the too much forehead. Right, eyes. I don't like the thick fucking eyelashes. I'm gonna try and make him look normal. I'm not gonna go with, like, the gigantic fucking cartoon eyes. I mean, I say that. That actually looks really fucking good. Okay, that actually... No, never mind. I take everything back. I am absolutely going with the cartoon eyes. Because that genuinely looks a lot like Max. Not necessarily Drift, I could just have red turbo energy. Again, I was talking about that in Pterosaurus, like, there could theoretically be something you could do to turbo energy to just change its color. Because there's something, you know, it's an energy, there's got to be something in it that makes it blue, so you could maybe just modify it to make it, make it red. Have to rebuild Citro, yeah. Honestly, I mean, I'm sure Entech really should have invested, if they didn't, if in the show, like, they really should have just invested in some sort of mechanism to rebuild Citro every time. Hey, Julia. Yeah, definitely. Oh, Genie Ball. Yeah, Scuba. I feel like Scuba would be like, you know, it is situational, obviously, to be in the water, but, like, a duo strike for Scuba mode would be about, like, making it more, like, more powerful in the water. It's, like, halfway in between these two. I can't get it right. Yeah, actually, that looks kind of good. Black turbo energy would look very cool. Okay, that's looking alright. The hair's not... Oh, hold on. The hair's got, like, little bits of, like, grey in it. Actually, yeah, this one actually looks kind of alright. Yeah, I think... Again, you can never get it just right on the set. I really wish there was just a colour slider, so you can make it any colour. Yeah, I'd rather not be an Ultra Link, because that mean I'd have to be, you know, evil. Unless there was the 1 in a million event that fucking Steel was. Okay, get rid of the earrings. I don't know what the hell is going on with his ears. They look weird. It's probably just the Sims. Actually, that does actually look pretty alright. Again, it's not going to be perfect. Hold on, can I can't, like, rotate them, can I? I don't think so. I am a stickler for trying to get things right on The Sims 4 as best I can. His nose is a bit thinner. Mouth a bit... Actually, make his face maybe a bit longer, and then raise his eyes up a bit more. He does have one hell of a chin. Yeah, I suppose that is a good point, Genie, that they never tried that. Reverse and, like, making their own Ultra Links. Although I sort of feel like that's sort of a recipe for disaster anyway. Okay, let's change the mouth immediately, because that just looks a bit weird. I swear to God, mouths always look so fucking weird in The Sims. Like, no one looks like that. No one's resting face looks like that. Just look normal. Me. Jesus Christ. There we go. It's just that they're, like, slightly aimed upwards. Yeah, purple turbo energy would be cool. That's why I love Digital Meltdown so much. Because in that episode we got to see, like, different colored Max Steels. Okay, I can't move his eyes up any further. I'm not missing any hairstyles that would be better, am I? I don't think so. No. I think that is the closest we're gonna get. I think that one's just a bit too long. I think it's better for it to be too short than too long. Because then it's sort of a bit overpowering. Yeah, I remember Torbolt, obviously, Leo. Torbolt is, I think, the most wasted character in the entirety of Max Steel. The fact that they introduced him and then, like, he just fucking vanished. They did nothing with him. And he didn't even show up in the finale. I feel like his whole introduction was just pointless. Like, he himself being introduced is such a big deal, and then they did nothing with him. And, like, what's the point of introducing something that major if he's not gonna be relevant? Yeah, I think, I don't really want to fuck about with the mouth too much, because, like, I think it looks fine like this, and, like, it looks the way it does in the cartoon, obviously, because it's a cartoon. I think the eyes work, but I think making the mouth any bigger would just look weird. Pardon me. I might genuinely have to put slow mode on. I'm not used to chat being this busy. Hey, Les Quiz. Yeah, not the green. Fuck the green. Well, it depends what you mean by low, low-powered turbo mode. It's like, what counts as a low-powered turbo mode? It'd probably be turbo speed, I'd say. I'd say that's the only low-powered one that would really stand a chance. Yeah, probably better to just say Leo, yeah. Where's Ben gone during the Adventure Team Turbo? Deleted. It's the only answer. Yeah, maybe, Genie. Well, not maybe. I don't think they were, but it would have been cool. Yeah, they shouldn't have turned his turbo energy any color. Just leave it the way it is. Okay, let's get to her outfit. First of all, can we get rid of the tattoos? Since when were these a thing? Okay, well, we're not gonna touch that. Body scars. Oh, okay, then? Right. Skin details. Medical wearables. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. It's been a while since I played The Sims. Right. Okay, get rid of... What the fuck is this? No, get rid of that. Okay, I need to have a look at, bloody, camo mode. Shame the bloody picture I have is so low quality. Yeah, there is no season 4 and 5. Oh, excuse me. Well, I could answer that question, Dread. What turbo modes would I have added if, like, I was in charge of the show? But then again, that would be a bit of a spoiler for Turbified. Which you'll all be happy to know I've been making fantastic progress over the past couple of days. I've written about, like, 1,500 words in the past, like, 3 days. I was working on it earlier. I'm writing a very wholesome scene in the McGrath apartment right now. Right, we're looking for something that can stand in for the steel suit hoodie. The iconic hoodie. There's gotta be hoodies in here somewhere. What about this? Oh no, that's green underneath it. Need a zipped up hoodie. The blue or the grey jacket. We could do both. You know, we've got a lot of outfits. But, yeah. I always forget, like, it's sort of something that I don't register like, even when I'm looking at it, but, like, how in season, 2, like, every now and then, he would just wear a grey jacket instead. Or it might have been throughout the whole season, I can never fucking remember. Oh, this one could be good. It's a bit too hoodie-like. It looks a bit, like, chunky on him. What about this one? Barely looks any different. On me. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I prefer. Which one do you guys prefer? The blue or the grey jacket? I'm not sure. I think the blue... I'm not sure which one I prefer. I think the blue jacket is more iconic, but the grey jacket is more understated. And that's alright. This looks like something Max would wear. That is not... That's... He's a teenager. He's not in the British Army. Ben 10X Max Steel. Yeah, I would have, I have actually been toying around with the idea of making a video, like, writing a Ben 10 Max Steel crossover, but I'm not sure if I'm able to do that because of copyright. Again, those sort of laws and stuff I need to do more research into. Because it potentially either opens or closes, a lot of different avenues. That could probably be his nighttime attire. Although he has nighttime attire, doesn't he? With that, Genia, like, obviously I've seen that question around a lot. I think, it would probably be that, like, in emergencies, Steel probably could deactivate the Steel suit. Like, it's the link that's permanent, not the Steel suit. I think it could theoretically be turned off. It just, like, most of the time it's not safe to do so. And it's not like he'd immediately blow up if the Steel suit was taken off. So, I think you could do that. I really thought there would be something that would be, like, exactly what we're looking for in here, but you'd be surprised how many times in The Sims you go to look for something so incredibly simple and you can't find it. Drift, I grew up with Ben 10. Of course I know enough about it. Again, a lot of people, I think, sort of assume that because I just cover, like, obscure stuff, I, like, didn't watch anything popular. That is not true. Oh, that would be perfect if it didn't have the fucking hood. Son of a bitch. Yes, done. Oh, hey, Fuka. The grey jacket, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's Turbified almost done. The first, well, not in its entirety, obviously, but again, we're getting there with the the first episode. I do think I'm gonna try and get it out in Max Steel March, and I think it's possible for me to do so. On me. Yeah, he probably can take it off. Which modes do I think Ben could beat? Probably a decent few. Again, Ben's powers, you know, he has a lot of different powers. Way more than Max does. A lot more variety. I think maybe I'll just go for the hexagon one we saw earlier, because I think, while it's not exact, I think it looks better than anything we've seen. Like, that's not a hoodie, that's a jacket. Hold on, what about full body? Let me check full body to see if there's anything. Yes, exactly what I was looking for. Titan mode or way big? Way big wins because way big is way bigger than Titan mode. Again, Titan mode really isn't that big when you actually look at it. Yeah, there's no full body things that would fit in here. Hey, Ma. Yeah, but then again, like, I do agree with, like, Max, Ben being, like, generally stronger than Max, but then again, Max just being near the Omnitrix would fuck it up anyway. Even, you know, I know there's obviously the whole thing that even, like, the Prime Omnitrix is, you know, built with a lot of safeguards in mind and everything, but that's been fucked up a lot of times before. So I do think Turbo Energy could fuck it up. Oh, hold on. No, that's a jacket. That's not a hoodie. That's a coat. What is the Oh, it's like the Sims, and then the Sims in Simish language. Yeah, sorry, Thugo. Chat's just quite busy tonight. No, Max couldn't be Alien X. See, that's alright, but it's just a bit too thick. Maybe it looks too thick because he doesn't have any trousers on. Let me actually go for the trousers. He just has... He has quite baggy, quite tight... sort of dark, greyish blue trousers. Let's see if we can find them. They look more like pajamas. Jammies. They look pretty good. Yeah, again, I do think that Turbo Energy would fuck with the watch. Okay, that's good. Let's go for shoes. He's just got, like... They honestly look like Nikes. No, those look like slippers. They're just like a white variant of those. No, they've just got to have the stripe on. That'll do. There we go. Well, Ben didn't tank the Big Bang Theory. He turned into feedback at the last second and absorbed it. There's a difference. Okay, well, we go with that then. Okay, formal's very easy, but I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to do some digging. Come Together Part 2. The date with Sydney. There we go. Okay, so it's like a grayish suit with a bright blue tie. I watched Toxon's first episode, Mar, yeah. Cleaning House is a pretty good episode. Again, I'd say that Max Steel, like, really, I think the only sort of weak point of Max Steel may have been, like, you know, disregarding the obvious, may have been maybe the latter part of Season 1. Because I think out the gate, like, the first sort of half of Season 1 was always, like, really exciting, like, every episode. Not to mention they had good episode variety. Okay, what about this? Can we have a... Yes, the turbo suit. Fucking hell. It's so difficult to find literally everything. Literally anything. I mean, I don't really think Dredd would need or want a sword, and it didn't really seem like his style. Okay, let's go to the backup full body. Why is it so hard to find a blue, like a grey suit with a blue tie? I feel like that's, like, a really obvious combo. That's like a fucking school uniform. Alright, plan B. I'm gonna go to the one episode in the entirety of Max Steel that I think is, that I'd say is actually a bad episode, and that is Reprogrammed. Oh, goodness me. I forgot. I stay away from this episode, and I forget how fucking hideous that suit looks. No, that's I'm gonna do that for the party look. That is a hideous suit. It's like bright cyan with a red bow tie. It looks like a fucking clown. But yeah, for legendary Pokemon, I don't really know, because that's, you know, a bit, you know, with how Pokemon abilities work, a lot of them can be quite overpowered. Well, again, King, like, it probably wouldn't be, like, him using turbo energy against Max. If he was, like, able to use feedback. And again, it depends what, like, variation of Max, Ben, sorry, that he's going up against. Yeah, Reprogrammed is the episode where where Max asked Sydney to the big dance, and you know, we're all thinking, yay, fantastic, we'll finally get some character development between Max and Sydney. No, because it's the same episode where Steel gets implanted with a virus that swaps Max and Steel's body, so it's just a Freaky Friday ripoff. And at the end, for no fucking reason, Max goes, yeah, I don't give a shit about dancing with Sydney. Steel can do it. Like, Steel should not give a shit about that. I just want them to give Max and Sydney a fucking episode together. Well, no, Leo, that's completely illogical. That's like breaking through a planet-sized ship versus the Big Bang. They're not comparable. Yeah, it's a horrendous. It's like I always say, I think Max Steel genuinely is like a really good show across the board. There are very few episodes that I would even call boring, let alone bad. But that one, I will say, is the only. I genuinely think the only episode of Max Steel that I genuinely say is bad, because like it. Like, it's just sort of a mockery of the fact that Max and... It's a mockery of Max and Sydney's relationship. Like, it was the perfect opportunity to give them more character development. And, they just ruined it completely and make it seem like Max didn't give a shit about Sydney. It's just like, oh yeah, give Steel the dance. He's earned it. Like, what the fuck? Why should Steel give a shit? He doesn't give a shit about being human. Oh, fair enough. I mean, but yeah, I think turbo energy is definitely a type of energy that feedback or chromastone would be able to absorb. I think it fits into that category. Ecto energy is a bit different because it's like ethereal ghost energy. It's not like properly physical. Yeah, it's like, no, but the thing is, right, I wouldn't necessarily even be against the idea of the body swap episode, but it's just the fact that it was done in an episode where they were trying to give Max and Sydney character development. It's like basically it's like mocking us, basically, and going like, oh, yeah, you know that couple that, you know, you're supposed to be invested in? Yeah, here's another episode where we don't give them development. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to go with this one. I think this suits Max. It's pretty generic, but I think it fits. He cleans up good. Right, athletic. I know exactly what episode to look for to figure out what his outfit should look like in this. Well, no, like, Duffy, because it's an energy that exists in the real world. It's not like an other-dimensional energy that's, like, ethereal or ghostly or anything. It's just a physical energy. Yeah, who is Terax? He's no one. We've never heard of him. Right. Torbolt the Terrible, where Max joins up with the Copper Canyon football team. There's got to be something in here that I could find. Something orange with a logo on. That doesn't look too bad. It's got to be like a... because it's meant to be like a rugby uniform. That could work. That actually could work, you know. Yeah, you're not wrong, you're not wrong, Leo. Again, I was saying earlier, it was asked in the Discord, if, I was gonna include anything from Season 4 and 5 in Turbified, and the answer is yes. I'm not gonna say what I'm not gonna say what those things are gonna be, obviously, because that'd be a spoiler, but there are some things that, like, are good concepts to do with Max Steel that were, you know, that they came up with for Season 4 and 5. It was just because they were in Season 4 and 5, they were bad. Oh yeah, feedback absolutely could absorb all of those. Like, if Ben was there in the final battle, against Makino, he would have just been there then gone. Yeah, that would be really good. Genie. Him and his dad, like, Steel constantly, like, swapping between them, like, to change their turbo modes. Okay, I think we go with that, and he has sort of, like, sort of white sports jeans. God, they can't just do it plain, can they? There has to be some fucking stripe or something on it. And that's not that. You don't have fucking baggy sports. Oh my god, what is that? Athletic game. What are they? Are we doing rugby or the Met Gala? What the fuck is that? I suppose I'll go with them. Life sim game isn't strong enough to simulate peak. Okay, we'll go with that for the athletic. Sleep. I don't know what episode to look up that for. I feel like I feel like he just has like just a grey shirt. I'm canvassing my nerdy memory to see if I can remember what episode would be in reference to that. He's sleeping. I would say, Dread Ascendant, but I'm pretty sure when he's having the dream about the Turbo Star, actually, maybe they do show it in Dread Ascendant. Let me have a look. No, too far. Too far. Yes. Gotcha. Oh yeah, it's like the superhero shirt. Is that the one that Steel ordered in Supermania? Because if so, that's great episode continuity. I think maybe I would just... I don't really think there's one that I could get that's a good hold on, let me get rid of sleep. Where's the one that I just used for athletic? That's stylish. Yeah. Yeah, you can occasionally draw it. Again, that's something that I'm really I'm gonna point out in Turbified, but in Rewatched. I'm getting them confused now. But oh, what about this? Oh no, that's like a hoodie. But, in Rewatched, this one's alright, but I feel like that's a hoodie as well. It's a jumper. EA Sports. To the game. What the hell? It's just a fucking dinosaur one? Rawr. But, yeah, that's one thing I really like about Max Steel is that it has, most of the time, it has really good episode continuity. Like, stuff is very rare that stuff is, like, introduced and then never seen again, even if it's something as minor as a fucking t-shirt. Yeah, I don't think I'll really... I think I'll probably just go with a, sort of a plain one. Like this. I'll just do it. And get rid of that pissing necklace. I said get rid of it! Get rid of the necklace. Where's the necklace? There we go. That was more on his body than it was his head. That should have been the accessories in this bit. One main character with one villain. Who would I fuse? Well, I think, in a way, like, Dread and Max, as in, like, giving Dread turbo modes. You know, that's sort of what we all wanted to happen. Like, mention it, like, obviously we were talking about Reprogrammed earlier. The one saving grace of that episode is that it introduced X376. The only on-screen Omega class we see apart from Steel. Okay, what is Max, what's he wearing on his lower half? I don't know, because he didn't get out of bed! I'm gonna make a guess. Make a random guess. I think that fits. Right, party. Now I can make use of that god-awful suit that he wore in fucking Reprogrammed. Not that I really want to, honestly. It is genuinely ghastly, that suit. I don't know where... I wouldn't be caught dead in that. That's a very cool-looking shirt, though. Use that in Turbified. Right, okay, this one should be... maybe easier? Maybe, potentially? Let me add formal to this as well. There we go. Let me take away party, because that's the formal bit is what I'm looking for. This is sort of, I think, probably the closest thing we're gonna get, because I don't think there's any others with a bow tie. Oh, there's this one. Hold on. Ugh. There's... oof. See, there's that. That's a little... That's, like, but it's way too dark. I think I'll go with that. And he has sort of the same... Oh my god. Some of these are hideous. Okay. Oh yeah, I think probably, probably Max. Because Optimus, again, you know, he's not really that powerful in comparison to a lot of other heroes. You know, it's just like blasters and physical strength. You know, the Transformers universe. Well, there are a few powerful things in the Transformers universe, but a lot of the time he's not really one of them. Okay, what about shoes? Can I see shoes? Oh yeah, they are literally... So I just saw the bit where he rips the door off his fucking car. Yeah, it's literally white shoes. Also, these actually need to be a bit longer. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. Looks absolutely hideous. It doesn't look more hideous than the actual outfit, though. Right, swimwear. That's very easy. We know what episode we need to go to for that. What episode? Tell me in chat, what episode do we need to go to for Max having swimwear? There we go. Here we go. Nope. Nope. Yeah, you guys got it. Hot Zone. The beach episode. Every show has gotta have one. Although this one was slightly less in, you know, beach episode cliche than most. I think it felt like an actual episode, not just the beach episode stereotype. But yeah. Oh, I forgot that they gave him, like, really fucking, like, big Hawaiian shirt. Okay. I wonder what happened to the bloody music then. Okay, pink and yellow fucking Hawaiian shirt. Am I gonna be able to replicate that? Probably not. Hold on, let me get rid of swimwear again, because I'm pretty sure it's got to be Hawaiian shirt. Maybe in party, hold on. Yeah, something like that. Ah, here we go. Yeah, again, Genie, that's something that, is a little bit weird, because sometimes, that's something that is a tad bit inconsistent, I feel, in Max Steel, that their combat prowess, well, maybe not that, but, well, a little, sometimes. It may just be, that I'm still thinking about the fucking minisodes and how pathetic they were in those. It's gonna take me a while to get that out of my head, but yeah, they were generally pretty good. But if you, like, watch the first couple of episodes, they were, like, really good in combat, really, really fucking fast. Like, second episode, they were taking on, like, Earth and Fire Elemental, and they were doing, like, they were already doing, like, quick turbo mode changes, and, like, there was a punch that strength mode threw at Earth that, like, shattered the glass of every building within a mile. Like, where was that power for most of the season? Because that's, like, low-level exo strength power. Right, is there anything? Hold on, let me just get rid of party and see all of them. Hawaiian shirt, Hawaiian shirt, Hawaiian shirt. No, these are more just tartan shirts. That looks pretty cool. That's what the ancient Order of the Snake wear on their days off at the beach. Shady bunch. Make good cocktails. Long story. Again, that's probably the only the closest thing. What about? That's a cool shirt. That kind of reminds me a bit of Fortnite. Would have thought they'd have a more, you know, just a more basic Hawaiian shirt looking thing. Oh, what about this? It's not exactly the same, but again, it's like it's yellow and pink. Thoughts on the Black Star Council? I mean, there's not really much thoughts to be had. I mean, I think, you know, they're cool and they were very clearly set up to be the next main villains, and then they didn't end up being, so, you know, I don't really think there's much else to say apart from that. And yes, they will be showing up again in Turbified, don't you worry. You know, it's a very obvious thing to put in Turbified. They won't actually be, like, the main overarching villains. Mainly because, there is going to be a overarching main villain, but in Turbified, all of the villains are gonna have arcs. And that's something, that's like the one thing I think that Max Steel sort of struggled with a bit, and it may have been because, you know, they may have thought that it would have been a bit too complicated, but Extroyer and Toxon never had arcs. They were always just, like, singular filler episodes, and they never had any overarching thing that lasted over multiple episodes. Turbified is gonna change that. Extroyer is gonna have an arc. An arc that's gonna last, like, basically the entirety of... Well, not the entirety. Sort of like the latter half of Turbified. And Toxon is gonna have a small arc nearer the start, which is gonna be a cool one. A little mini arc. And then potentially an arc later on. I'm sort of debating what to do with him. And Dread's obviously gonna have an arc. He's still a thing. He's still a person, a villain. think maybe I go with this one. I think this is probably the closest thing I'm going to get to what he actually had on in the episode. And that's pretty much exactly what he had on, so yeah, I'll go with that. Would I bring back older Max Steel villains? Probably not, for multiple reasons. Number one, I know nothing about them. Number two, Turbified's busy enough as it is. Like, they're obviously... Hold on, let me bring up... I'm not going to bring it up on stream, because if you guys saw it, number one, it would have a lot of spoilers, and number two, you guys would probably lose your minds at all of the stuff that was in this document. I have, it's literally just a document called Max Steel Season 4 Turbified Notes, and it's like all of my compiled notes to do with Turbified. We've got my work in progress episode list, in-depth episode descriptions, turbo modes, arcs, a detailed list of every turbo mode and all of the unique, like, one-off abilities that have been shown so I can include them in Turbified. All of Extroya's forms. I've planned out a couple of actual fights in certain episodes. But, in terms of villains, like, Turbified is busy enough as it is. Like, we've obviously got, you know, Dreadnought, Toxon, Extroya, the Elementors, and, like, all of the Ultralinks that are still around. Blast and Prism. Rhinoc is gonna come back, obviously. The Black Star Council, and there is, 1, 2, potentially 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10 other villains that, are gonna make an appearance in Turbified as well. So, yes, it's, like, I've got enough villains, basically. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of, there's a decent few villains to be going on with. No, not Chomp, because, remember, he got launched into space by Metal in, My Best Friend is an Ultralink. He's floating through space. Sick. No, I'm not gonna do it. Will there be female villains? Yes, there will, Leo. There will be. I have planned right now, I think, 2 female villains. Both of which I'm quite excited to write. So yeah, that's mainly the reason, because I've already got enough female villain, or enough villains as it is. Yeah, he got launched at the end of My Best Friend is an Ultralink, the episode where Max's friends get Ultralinked. And it's absolutely because he was too difficult to animate with his vines. Okay, I think I'm just gonna copy apply bottoms to hot weather, apply top to Hot weather. There we go. Now, cold weather. I actually do... There's a render of camouflage mode that would be good for this. He's like in a gigantic fucking, like, Arctic coat. Yeah, he's a traitor jamming to the enemy's songs, yeah. Fucking traitor. Okay, that's sort of similar. We've only been streaming for an hour, can you believe that? Only 1/3 of the stream is gone, and we're still on max. I didn't anticipate how long this would take, but it doesn't really matter, like, who gives a shit? We're all having fun, we're all chatting, having a good time. I think that's probably the closest I'm gonna get. As for the bottoms, need to be thick. Thick bottoms. Fucking stupid. Is there not just a... Ah, there we go. They're literally pretty much perfect. What the fuck is that? What are you doing, Max? Fucking eyeball ring. What the fuck? Okay, well that's all the outfits done then. And to say he did a pretty good job. Right. Aspiration. I mean, Max does like... It's easier to stay fit and trim when you have high metabolism. Okay, well I'd say that probably fits with him. Yeah, becoming strong is that... Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Pick a trait. Let's see. Well, Max is definitely self-assured. He can be hot-headed, but I'll look at the others. Not really any of these. Definitely active. And social. He's... If we were making live action, Max, I'd probably go with loner. There's not enough trait spots. I don't know what to go with. I think I'll go with good. Just because, you know, he's a hero. Well, I don't know about that, Jig, 'cause I think that's like, you would sort of expect that from Max's perspective, you know, him being, you know, very connected to his father and, like, anticipating that someone was, like, trying to replace him. I think, you know, and he's a teenager, you gotta remember that, so, you know, I think a few people would probably get pretty angsty in that. Pick a cause of death? Oh yeah, we can make him a ghost. Death by cowplant. Okay, this didn't used to be a thing. I thought it usually... let's change the color. That's kind of cool, actually. We didn't used to be able to do that. Death by urban myth. He? Okay, are there any unique particles that? Yeah, they're smelly. Okay, get rid of that, obviously. Back to life, Max. Go turbo! Stealth! Yeah. Steel's definitely hot-headed. But then again, a lot of the time it was fucking, a lot of the time with Steel, they fucking nurtured him, like, I'm honestly really surprised that, like, Steel didn't end up turning against Entek and, you know, Forge and everyone, because it's like, they were so, it's almost like a self-fulfilling, well, it would be a self-fulfilling prophecy, in the, like, they fucking cultivated him turning against them. Like, they were trying so hard to make sure that he didn't revert back to his original programming, and by keeping him in the dark and disrespecting him over and over and over, they pretty much almost caused that to be a thing. So it's like, what did they expect? Okay, activity. We'll go yes for video gaming, singing,
Oh,
I don't like to put, like, dislikes on anything, you know, unless it's actually, you know, like, actually fits. Fitness, yes. Okay, I think that's good. Have on me. Yeah, I think it was definitely Forge's sacrifice of his arm that caused Steel to remain good. Because he was ready to not be a part of Entek because he didn't think that Forge cared about him. And then Forge, like, pushed him out of the way of the Ultralink, and then that ended up him losing his arm. So, you know, I think that definitely pushed him back. Okay, if we make... Why does that literally sound like Max? That is, like, perfect. Okay, that sounds a bit more like Steel, actually. Okay, that's literally perfect. I've never had a voice so fucking perfect before. Okay, Perky... nope. Swagger, nope. Where's, Bouncy? I think I've seen him walk like this in the show. I'll go with that. Okay, I think that's Max actually done. After an hour and 18 minutes. Right. Just maybe have one last look at the face. Again, it's hard to get it right. Nope. Again, it's the forehead that's throwing me off a bit. It's never perfect, is it? You just can't ever get it right. Oh, hold on. Now it's looking a bit more like me. I can't make the bloody... eyes any... That may be a bit better. The mouth just looks weird, though. Oh, that's a bit better. Oh, yeah, that's a lot better, actually. Hey, Duffy. Yeah, I tell you what, Ginny, that is something that I've thought about multiple times, about whether or not, Berto knew, like, how much he actually knew. Because, and that's actually another abandoned plotline that they found out in Split Decisions, that Berto had been hacking into the top secret, Entech files because he knew about cannon mode. And they just never touched on that again. But it seems as though he didn't know. I swear, I was thinking about this the other day, and I swear there was some sort of, something that warranted him knowing more than I thought. I mean, clearly he knew about Makino. He definitely wasn't around during the first Makino invasion, because he would have been a kid. But they've clearly had to have told him, because he's had to have been preparing for this. But, I think he knew that Jim was like Max and Steel. I don't know if he knew that Max's father was an alien, or whether he knew about Tachyon, because that stuff would be in the Entech database, probably. And if anyone would know about that sort of stuff, it would be him. Okay, maybe... Oh, no. I think that's about as close as I'm gonna get. That's pretty good. I'll go with that. Hello, Lego Angel, the person that spams the same stuff on, like, everything Max Steel related. Scuba and Rocket, that'd probably be pretty useful. Give him some, like, turbo cannons in rocket mode. Ugh. Turns him into a nuclear submarine. Right. Actually, hold on. I don't think the eyes being that far apart. There we go. That's better. Okay. I'm gonna save Max then. Just as his own household. There we go. Right. There's no occult that would fit Max, is there? I mean... Ooh, hold on. Hold on. So we have the... Okay, this could actually potentially have some, Oh, I can't make it blue. No! Green turbo energy! No! Fucking hell. Oh, God. But, yeah, if there was, like, anything that... Oh, there's nothing... Ascend! Ascend and depart! Oh, there's nothing, is there? There's nothing that looks similar. I really don't want to do this. Okay, this is the good timeline where Max got green turbo energy, but he's still linked with Steel. Imagine just a big Steel logo right here. See, there's a spot for it and everything. Just believe me, please. Okay, so I think maybe. Can I not copy... Can I not copy it over just like that? I can't even change it. Okay, maybe I'll get rid of that then. Because I can't even put him as, like, regular skin tones. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that. It was a cool idea, but it just doesn't really fit. Yeah, I saw there was a mod for Max Steel. It was for some sort of game. And I said it would be really funny just to do a playthrough of that game with that mod. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember whether it was in the Discord or it might have been on the Reddit. I can't remember. Oh yeah, here it was. It was in it was Yakuza Kiwami, and there was a Max Steel mod for it. Yeah, that's the one. That's my job, Thuka, to entertain. Alright, so that's Max done. Do we try and make Steel as a human? Do we try that? I think I could try that. I feel like I could confidently create, Steel as a human. Because that'd be a bit more fun, because that'd be less, like, trying to recreate an outfit and struggling, and more just, like, coming up with what Steel would wear as a human. Let's do it. First of all, he's not female. Okay. They always, like, have the most awkward fucking outfit starting off. Right. Face. Yeah, I feel like he'd just, like, be like that. Let me bring up a picture of Steel, actually. Yep, and that's exactly the same thing you've spammed on videos as well, Lego. And I'm starting to get convinced you're a bot. Let me look up my Steel renders. Grey skin and white hair. I feel like that should be a bit too bright. Stop putting the renders over on this screen. Put them on that screen with the rest of the renders. And where my fucking file explorer is, you stupid computer. Ugh. Okay, maybe actually, like, see, that's meant to be dark grey, but it has, like, a touch of brown to it. Like, charcoal, that's literally, like, charcoal black. It's like, what is he primarily? I think it is, like, primarily white. It's, like, white and black. And blue, obviously. I think the white probably fits. Jesus. You've heard of albino, but that's, a little bit over the top. Right, hair. I feel like he'd have, like, really... I feel like he'd be, like, really preppy for some reason. Something like, sort of like that, maybe. No. Something like this. Maybe not in that style. Yeah, something like this. Maybe give him the blue. See what default faces we have. Oh, this one. That one kind of looks a bit like Max. Okay, first of all, face a lot smaller, not shorter. He's slender. And where's the big eyes? The big eyes right here. Oh, look at that! That's perfect! I think there's a modded eyes, I'm not sure, but, look at that, that's fantastic. Sleeked back hair, let's see what we can do. Ooh. Oh. I think his face a bit too... Maybe his eyes are a bit... Oi! Stop looking about! Let me fucking work on you, Steel. Lego, how is that relevant to, like, literally anything? Okay, let me work on the lips again. Again, I don't know why all the lips look so weird. Because, like, why are they all, like, curved up in a smile? No one's resting lips look like that. It's just not a thing. There we go. It's a lot more natural. I think the one we had before was pretty good. And a ponytail, can you imagine? Yeah. Okay, well, we definitely need to make him fucking skinny as all hell. Because, you know, it's Steel. Oh my god, that's like uncomfortable to look at though. Not that much. I want like thin, not fucking anorexic. I get enough of that looking in the mirror. That's a funny joke. Right. Oh yeah, I need to change the skin tone again. Well, that is spooky. Actually, I think maybe we stick... I don't know, maybe we stick with, like, the actual... Like, a actual regular skin tone, as in, like, as if Steel was actually transformed into a human. Let's see, tops. I think, that hexagon shirt that we saw earlier would be perfect. Is it this one? No. That's cool, it's got like a dragon on it. That one could be like sleepwear, maybe. There it is. Of course Steel would wear that. Maybe we make the hair white, actually. I don't know which one fits better. The top of his head is white. But I don't know, I feel like the blue looks better. I don't know. Sims has really never been optimized the best, because, like, it's obviously not my computer, it's just Sims always lags when you swap, like, swapping a fucking hair color. It really shouldn't be that fucking complicated. I think I prefer the blue, but I'm not sure. I feel like there needs to be more white. I think the blue fits better. Bold steel. Bam. Jesus, he looks like a fucking Minecraft villager. I think that makes him look a bit more like a normal human. I gotta change that fucking voice, man. It's driving me insane. And this is a voice that we can very easily replicate too. Like, that sounds exactly like Steel. Yeah. Sims isn't ready for this peak. It's really annoying because there is like one hair that does have streaks in it, but it's like they're locked purple, which I don't really see the point of. Okay. Shoes. They look more like something Max would wear. Okay, formal. Okay, it would... Because it's steel, I feel like it'd be something, like, way fucking over the top. Like... the turbo suit! Had to be something that looked really snazzy. Otherwise... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why are there... Oh, look at the difference between these two. Fucking hell. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Julia, in fairness. Although, I think there is only, like, so much that Max lets Steel get away with, and, you know, Steel knows at some points that, you know, he can't make him look like an idiot. That would actually be an interesting, idea. Steel becoming human for an episode. What if he, like, got a girlfriend and then had to, like, break her heart because he was actually an Ultralink? Yeah, exactly. He would make terrible style decisions. I think that's why we go with this. He's the one that gave the fucking... Actually, no, it would have been Max that gave them the horrible-looking suit in a reprogrammed... You're telling me I can pick this horrendous fucking bright cyan suit and there's not a pair of leggings to go with it? What kind of BS is this? Oh my god. It's literally none. Oh my giddy aunt. It looks like it's two separate people. It looks like one of those things where it's like a kids standing on each other's shoulders in a jacket. I think that's as close as I'm gonna get. So weird. I feel like there needs to be, like, if there's a suit, there needs to be an adjoining bottoms with the same color. Exo strength, guys. It kind of did. Yeah, you're right. All we need is a splash of purple. And the shoes, again. Boom. Hideous. Right, athletic. Maybe something full body. Oh my god, what is this? Of course it doesn't have it in blue. Oh god, that is horrendous. Oh my god, what is half this shit? That is not athletic. Again, that is there's the sort of thing you wear on like on a fucking stage. My god. Yeah, I think that fits. Perfect. Ugh. Oh, yeah. Right, sleep. Oh, yeah, he might need glasses. I don't think they really fit him, though. I think it takes away from the appearance a little bit. Right, let me give him the, give him... Oh, it landed right on it. How about that? It's his barcode. If you scan that barcode, it says Emboroax Steel X377. Sleeps in a race car bed. He would. He 100% would. Hold on, did I... Oh, don't tell me I didn't get rid of the fucking slippers for Mac. Oh, son of a bitch! Rid of them. Fucking hell. Ugh. They spawn in with those accursed things. That is not what I expected to find. Get rid of those, please. Human steel in lingerie is not what I expected to see tonight. And I'm kindly gonna go wash out my eyes with bleach real quick. Just realized it has been an hour and 40 and I've not had a single drink. And I've been doing well. Huh. Lovely. Oh yeah, that's definitely him. I feel like it actually looks like Steel. Like, if you imagined what Steel as a human would look like, I feel like this is him. Right, party. Oh god. Oh my fucking god. Yes. Done. Oh my god. No, because the thing is, he wouldn't go in an outfit that looks stupid. He'd go in a fancy outfit that is like the style of a good outfit but looks stupid, and he'd think he looked good. He'd delude himself into thinking that he looked good. Again, yes. Perfect. Oh, those boots. Fucking hell. Oh, now that's more like it. He actually looks pretty dapper in that suit, I'm not gonna lie. Cleans up pretty nice. Right, swimwear. He'd, again, go for some... What do you mean, nothing found? Oh, because you're on shoes, right. He'd absolutely go for something wild. Something that isn't in swimwear. Where's that Hawaiian shirt? Speedo. No! Please. I don't want to see that. Oh, thank God it's not there. I don't want to see Steel with a Speedo. That's a pretty cool shirt. Yeah. I'll tell you what, it just reminded me, some of you might be a bit too young to know about this game, but I bought, the first 3 Kingdom Rush tower defense games on Steam the other night. I fucking loved Kingdom Rush when I was a kid, and I've played it a few times as an adult too. I fucking love it. So at some point I might do a playthrough of all of the Kingdom Rush games. I think that'd be sick. Where's that bloody Hawaiian shirt gone? Why can I never find things that I've already found? Ah, it was right here. I feel like I could give him a bit of style. I mean, you didn't give Max any, but... Where's the other one? Sims 4 has some very nice, relaxing, you know, create a sim music. Ah, here we go. Oh, yes. Absolutely fucking perfect. Yes. Yeah, you could argue that. Iconic is one word for it. Right, hot weather. And... hot weather, again, just copy that over. I mean, there is a bit of a difference between... Hold on, there is actually a bit of a difference between, swimwear and hot weather wear. Let me look back at Hot Zone for a second at what, like, trunks Max had on. Oh yeah, he did have, like, a set of, okay, swimwear. Let's get rid of the top then. And keep those on. And then for Max, swimwear, take off the top. And again, those are pretty much what he was wearing. Okay, sick. How do I feel about the pacing in Turbified? How do you mean? Do I think I'm pacing it well? Ugh. And no, I didn't name Turbified after Max's band name. It was a pure coincidence that I remembered after the fact. I just thought it was a, you know, cool subtitle for the series. You know what? A bit of, behind the scenes stuff. I have considered changing it multiple times. I considered changing it to Turbocharged, but, you know, we already have something called Turbocharged. And I considered changing it to, Exofied, but, I don't really think that's that much of a catchy name. So I'm sticking with Turbified. I've done too much branding for it being Turbified to change it now. No, it definitely wasn't subconscious, because I named it, you know, like, as sort of an alternate phrase of being turbocharged. You know, Max is turbified. He's charged up with turbo energy. It wasn't named after the band. I completely forgot, for ages that was a thing. But no, they weren't really prototype names. They were things that... they were names I came up with after realizing that, Turbified was in the show. But I don't really mind. Mainly because that was such a tiny part of the show that, you know, I don't really think most people remember. Yeah, because it is a cool Easter egg. Again, maybe I'll throw in an episode where the Turbified band get back together. Also, speaking of which, I actually added, remember how in, remember how in that episode, it was it metal, something metal, heavy metal racket? I don't think it's a terrible name. I think, I don't think it's that great a name, but I don't think terrible is the word I'd use to describe it. But I do think, Turbified is better. Did you include Sydney, Kirby, and Butch in Turbified? What do I look like? Season 4 and 5? Of course I've included them. All three of them are in the very first episode. But, yeah. Oh, I got a bunch of air trapped in my stomach now. It's a good thing to do, like, rub your back to, you know, get air out and stuff when you feel it. Doesn't always work immediately, so I look like an idiot right now. Are the arcs for each character going to be vacuumed to 3 or 4 episodes each before moving on to the next, or are they going to happen simultaneously across the entirety? They are going to be happening simultaneously. Actually, it's a little mix of both, actually. Most of them are going to be simultaneous. Oh, that's better. Excuse me. But yeah, there is actually a little bit of both now that I think about it. I think, like, Extroya's arc is going to be simultaneous. The only arcs that I think aren't going to be simultaneous is that, oh, excuse me. Is that I think there's going to be, like, a main villain, arc. I think Turbified is going to have, as far as I can sort of think, 3 main villain arcs with a few minor ones running simultaneously in the background. And the 3 main villain arcs are going to happen, like, one after the other, not at the same time. Again, it's not fully, planned out yet, but, mainly because, actually, no, that would be a spoiler. But there's gonna be, like, one main villain arc, and then another main villain arc, and then a final main villain arc, and they're all gonna be different, I think. Again, I haven't fully planned all of it out yet, because there's some stuff I still need to plan out fully. But most of the arcs are gonna be simultaneous. I do have an arc list. Not all of them are written down. And they're not all villain arcs, obviously. There's character arcs, you know, positive arcs, plot arcs, power development arcs. So on the list I've got one there's a thing written here that I haven't well, there's an arc that I haven't even fucking written down yet. It's fucking useless. One of my main like beginner arcs. And that makes 12. What there we go. I've forgotten that. There's a character of a new villain, that I'm sort of debating introducing. Again, I don't want it to be too busy, but, I think Season 2 is the sort of vibe I want to get. It's going to be very busy. Turbified is going to be very busy. Like, there's not going to... I don't think there's going to be... If I look at my episode list, so far... I think the last time I gave an episode... I gave an episode count for Turbified. It was 22. Now it's... 3, and then minus 4 for empty spaces. Now it's 25. And there's out of those 25 episodes, there is, not counting the first episode, because I don't really think you could count that as filler, because it's the first episode. There is one... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 filler episodes that don't really link into any arcs. And they kind of do, they probably will link into other arcs in some way. But, yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, Jeannie. It's my absolute pleasure. You know, I like being this voice. You know, if there was gonna be, like, you know, any fandom that I could help get back on its feet, you know, I've come to, I don't know why, but I've come to, you know, really care about Max Steel, obviously over the past couple of years, and all of you obviously have definitely helped with that, but, whereas Entech and Turbified, are they still useless, or are they finally relevant again? The Entech are back after the completely fucking random absence in Maximum Morphos, which I do actually explain in the first episode of Turbified. Yeah, I was saying, because we were talking about the band Turbified. Remember how in Heavy Metal Racket, Sydney, out of fucking nowhere, apparently knows how to play guitar? There is gonna be an episode regarding Sydney that explains why that is, and it's actually, it's gonna be quite interesting. Okay, so this is hot weather. What about cold weather? Yeah, probably Steel. You know, without Steel was the one who was sort of always there for Max. Oh, yes, absolutely. If you can pretend that the llama, images, the llama logos are actually, like, Steel logos, that would be perfect. Oh, goodness me. What are you wearing, Steel? Okay, I think that's done for the outfits. It's pretty cool. Yeah, okay. I'm very glad you asked that, Genie, because that's something else I'll let you guys in on, to do with Turbified. This new villain that I was debating, introducing, again, I still haven't fully settled on it yet, because I don't know if it feels just a little bit weird. I think it fits in Max Steel. Again, I just don't want it to be too busy, and I don't want it to feel rushed. But I think, I do think that, that this villain could be a very cool villain. But, it's a villain that would allow for those sort of plot lines to be explored. Like, there's never really been any, there's never really been... The closest that I think it probably came was probably in Me, Myself, and Extroyer, where Extroyer ruined Max's image, but there's never really been any sort of political plot lines in Max Steel. Not political as in, you know, the annoying, you know, not like woke shit or anything, but, you know what I mean, like, actual, you know, politics and stuff to do with, like, NTech as an organization, and, this villain, again, that I'm thinking of introducing, would allow for plot lines like that to be explored. Like NTech getting interfered with. Right, for Steel, what would be... maybe knowledge? Yeah, gotta be computer whiz, surely. Well, Steel is definitely hot-headed, we'll give him that. He's a genius. Actually, I don't know, I don't really think that fits. He is hot-headed, but in The Sims that makes you, like, randomly angry, and I don't really think that fits with Steel. Well, I mean, there's sort of a relevant question, Duffy, because, like, Earth would have just blown up, so the Jew would be dead. I should have put Max as a slob, but that's not really the most important part of his personality. Social, well, he's definitely loyal. Like, he was always loyal to Max. And I think I'll put good as well, because that's, like, the integral part of him. Like, you know, he is the good Ultralink. That's his whole thing. If I were offered a chance to write a Max Steel show, would I take Turbified to the base? I would have just written it as Turbified, because, again, it's a little bit different writing. Like, again, I've sort of struggled a little bit with writing some of the dialogue, and I've had to tweak it a little bit, because writing dialogue that's going to be animated and shown on screen, and writing dialogue that is written and is going to be read is a bit different. You have to write them slightly differently, so I've sort of had to merge them into one a little bit, where you can imagine it, like, basically what I'm trying to do is, like, write Turbified in a way that obviously you can read it and envision it in your head as happening as an actual episode. And I think I've done that. Alright, let's pick preferences. Activity. Oh my god, I didn't go for any of the other things for Max. God damn it. Right, baking, cooking, well, he likes comedy. I feel like he did cook before. Mischief, yes. Baking. I feel like he would like baking. Photography, painting, mixologist. I feel like Steel would love to be a mixologist. I might throw that in actually into Turbified. Programming, yes. Video gaming. Although couldn't really have him making a 16-year-old alcohol. It didn't have to be alcohol. Rocket science. Okay, I think that works. Color. Blue and white and black. Oh, that's grey. Never mind. White. There we go. Yeah, you're absolutely right in response to that question, Julia. I'd be in one of those bunkers. You know. You think I'd be out there? No. Unless I had some sort of powers or military training. And yeah, that's actually a very good point, Genie, that, how the hell did they have over 16 years, and they, like, only built the Deadless platform in, like, the last couple of months? Right, fashion. I wouldn't really know what to put for that. Music. Again, where's, pop music? Does it not have rock? Where's rock? You rock it to the heart! Oh, it's funny because only Max Steel fans would get that joke. It also pissed me off greatly, the fact that, when, they accidentally put that song on, in the Season 2 finale, when they were in the tank, Butch was just like, hey, I like this song, and just like, yeah, no shit, it was you singing it, you idiot! Like, it was literally his voice. Yeah. Tell you what, Butch and his gang, you know, they sure as hell knew how to sing. Right, color, blue, black, white. We don't like green. Say it with me, chat. We don't like green. And we don't like purple either, because that's the color of terror energy. No, we don't. No green. No green. Yeah, ban green. Okay, so there's... Oh yeah, we need to name the fucker. Steel. What's the second name? You know what? Let's be really wholesome. Steel said in the Season 2 finale that he had a brother and that was Max. Steel's part of the fucking family. Right, I like that. I can 100% look at this and go, yeah, that's human steel. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Genie. Like, Mattel have seemingly done everything possible to, like, forget that Max Steel exists, and I don't know why. Like, taking down the website, sure, that costs money to run, but fucking taking down all the videos on the official channel, that's just fucking bullshit. Because that makes them money, because it's their content. Right. Who do we make next? Ugh. I'm so glad that we were able to do the eyes, because they really do look like steel eyes. Forge, Molly. Yeah, let's make Molly, I think, because we've had two guys. Let's make a gal, and Molly shouldn't be too hard to do anyway. That hair is fucking wild. What even is that hair? Wait a minute. Oh, okay, so it changes based on... Okay, interesting. Yeah, I know. I've been meaning to... I'll probably do it at some point. I'll probably, make a, make a chat in the Discord, like, where you can watch it. Because you've had a few people, like, you know, there's some people that have uploaded the episodes in, like, alright-ish quality on YouTube, and there's some people that have uploaded the episodes on other places and stuff. Yeah, we'll do Molly, and if we can, if we've got time, we'll do Forge as well. Right. Let me bring up a picture of Mother Molly. The MILF of Max Steel. What would I add to the live-action movie? Oh, that's something I could not answer just like that. Is there a, let me check the wiki for, Molly's gallery. There's gotta be, there's gotta be a gallery for Molly. Here we go. So Molly does have a few outfits to pick from. I think she only has 3, though. There's the, her regular one, her THI one, and then her sort of battlesuit one. Hey, no, that's not true. The live action movie is not trash. The next video that is going to be up on my channel is going to be a video defending the live action movie. It's not going to be the Max Steel rewatched one, reviewing it and rewatching it, but it's going to be a video defending the live action movie. Because it is hated unfairly. Berto or Butch? That is, like, not even close, as Butch wasn't even, like, a friend to Max for most of the show. Although, when he became a friend, he was a pretty good friend to Max. Right, gimme a shot of Molly. Let me check my renders, because I know I've got a render of Molly. Molly, there she is. Yeah, literally is Coughing Baby versus Nitrogen Bomb with those two. Yeah, that was really cool, Ginny, you're right. It's like, He wasn't even jealous. He was just sad that, like, sort of Max wasn't working as a team and sort of, you know, and, you know, not playing as a team player, you know? He wasn't even jealous. He was just, like, sad that him and everyone were, like, getting left out. Oh, that's awful. But, yeah. The live-action movie has been beaten into the fucking ground. Mostly by people who have no fucking knowledge of the show. And again, you don't necessarily need to have knowledge of the show. In order to watch the live-action movie. But a lot of the things, and that actually worried me a bit, because that was one of my main defenses. But, at the same time, I've watched a bunch of Max Steel live-action movie reviews recently, and some of the shit, I swear to God, some of the shit that people have come up with when reviewing the live-action movie is just complete and utter bullshit. It's just not true. Okay, that's pretty close to that's actually really close to Molly's hair. It's a bit long, but it's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right, yeah, I'm gonna say an army of Citros would be, you know, pretty useful. Ah, there we go. I knew we could rotate them somehow, although I don't really think they look good. I think the pupils are a bit too big. Yeah, there were, let me start again. You're right, Julia. There were actually, Julia, there were actually, a bunch in episode 2. Were there 3 in the finale? I don't remember there being 3. In fairness, weirdly enough, that's actually an episode I don't rewatch that often. Which is weird, because it's a great episode. Okay, let me see what we can do. She's actually got quite a big forehead. Why can... They're just normal lips. I swear to God, like, none of these look normal. It's like... I want something in between this and this. Like, this is the closest fucking thing to normal looking lips. Jesus. And again, why are they always fucking aimed upwards? Like, look how dumb that looks. The normal mouths do not do that. Normal mouths do not curve upwards like that. I feel like Molly's going to be quite difficult, actually. Oh, I need to change her to adult, too. And that voice needs to be changed very quickly. I'm just trying all of these. That's like the only one that looks like even remotely normal, and it just looks weird because it's like too. It's like, Is it? Jesus, like, how do you go like from that one to either that one or that one? Oh yeah, that would be really cool, Genie. That would be fucking awesome. Okay, that's alright. It's alright. Oh my god, I can just do this. See, look, now it looks like a normal mouth. I know, like, different, like, races and stuff naturally have different sized lips and stuff. But I swear to God, like, they're all gigantic. Yeah, Team Turbo who? Never heard of it. Never heard of Team Turbo. Yeah, Team Turbo Sideshow is horrific and I hate it. It ruins his entire, like, I like Sideshow not speaking, and he has, like, weirdly enough, without speaking, he has more, like, a better personality than Team Turbo Sideshow does. He somehow has less personality having gained the ability to speak. Okay, that's pretty good. Also, Alex and Rain are just sort of annoying. I've always sort of wondered about Sideshow. Again, it's a thing that I'm a bit rusty on. But I do sort of wonder what Sideshow, like, I think Sideshow does sort of have, like, a very basic AI already in him for when Berto's not controlling him, because sometimes, very, very, very rarely, he does do stuff without Berto telling him to. Like, the one time I can think of it happening is, in Machino Strikes Part 2, after he rescued Berto and Molly from exploding Entech, and Berto was like, don't thank me, thank Sideshow, and he was just like, yeah, and before he fell apart. But I don't think Berto commanded him to do the thumbs up, so I think he does have a very basic AI, which I like. I like the idea of Sideshow being this non-speaking, like, sort of wholesome robot character who, you know, doesn't have an AI, doesn't have, like, a really advanced AI, he can't speak, but he is kind of alive, and he does have a very basic AI, and he does, you know who Max is and Berto and everyone, and he's able to show very basic emotion. I like that. Again, so many things that we didn't really have the time to explore. That's gonna be, it's sort of, entwined with that villain I was talking about earlier that I'm considering including in Turbified. The one that could introduce those political aspects. That will also potentially enable, some bonding between Berto and Citro. So, can't tell what color is Molly's eyes? I legit can't tell. I think they're brown. No, I think they're I think they're green. But they're sort of like they're sort of the pale green. There we go. Yeah. And again, Destin, I've not looked at anything to do with the classic series because I have no interest in it whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really think that, like, if there is or was a Team Turbo, Citro should be a part of it. Because it's like, I like him better as the character that he is, like, the sort of occasional sidekick that shows up every often. I don't want him to be a mainstay, you know, because, like, you can't really have him as part of Team Turbo if he can't speak, but the point is I don't like it that they made him speak. It sort of ruins his character. So, I think that's the problem. I'm struggling a bit with Molly. It's kind of difficult. No, I think the eyes being that far up are a bit... It's a bit too much. That's alright. Okay. Outfit. She's got, like, the, I need a full image. There we go, from when she gets attacked by Vin and Dwayne. She absolutely cleaned their clocks. Right, Now this should be so fucking easy. Just, one on full body. Just literally a fucking light blue cardigan. Hey, look, it's the Doki Doki Literature Club, uniform. Yeah, literally just a fucking light blue, like, jacket that cannot be difficult to find, surely to God. Oh my God, they've got a weeb, a weeb shirt. Love it. Ah, you see? There it is. Doesn't that look exactly like Molly? Bam. There you go. Also looks a bit, yeah, let's get some clothes on. There you go, Molly. Similar to that. Maybe a bit lighter. Yes! Bam! Perfect. Molly McGrath. Looks exactly like her. From the hips a little bit. She's very, like, athletic. Do you think, like... No, surely not. I was just thinking, like, do you think when Max was growing up, she occasionally did some stuff at Entech? But I don't think... It definitely wasn't on Entech orders if she did. I know, to let off a bit of steam, but I don't think she would do that, because I think she'd just care a lot about Max. Like, she did the stuff at THI because, like, he's, like, 16 and he's sort of the age where he can take care of himself. As for shoes, let's have a look at the fight with Vin and Dwayne. in Driven. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I think he's got like white shoes on. Yep. Okay. Not boots like that, bloody no. There we go. Bam. Looks just like a... Again, there's only so much you can do while still keeping them looking human. Oh no, the moving thing was because that's something that, now that I think about it, I don't really know if that makes a lot of sense, because they were moving, they were supposed to be moving, like, around a lot, purely because of Max, and they didn't want him getting settled anywhere, but I don't really know how that makes sense, because I don't really think they even knew whether he was gonna show signs of turbo energy or not until the events of the series. So I don't really know why they were moving around so much. Yeah, I was gonna say, I fucking watched the scene. I fucking watched, Sideshow Attacks the other day. It was, I'm annoyed I can't fully remember it. Cybernetic Tactical Robot Operative. That's the one. The C and the Y is cybernetic. Psy. Is to, oh my god, what the fuck? Bloody hell, those, I don't even know what you'd call those. Gloves? Kinky ass gloves. Jesus, is she dressing up for something formal or a night with Jim? Jesus Christ, Molly. Right, I think formal I'll put as the THI outfit. Which should be pretty easy to locate. Never mind, because the fucking wiki, gallery is, like, incomplete as fuck. Again, reminder, that obviously, Max Steel March, you don't need to be, like, hella creative, like a master artist or writer or something to contribute to Max Steel March. Anything as minor as, like, adding a few images or entries to the wiki is, like, participating. Okay, I gotta fucking... Let's go to cleaning house. On the plus side, it should be a pretty simple outfit to replicate. I mean, I say that. All I needed was a fucking blank... a fucking blank outfit, blank blue hoodie for Max, and I couldn't find that. Right, okay, get rid of the bloody scarf. Who wears this? Fuck off! Face! Again, it's, like, more towards her body than, okay, what about this? No, it's no, like, red and white. Red and white. Red and white. Red and what? No. Red and white. No. Well, I mean, I don't know why you're asking me, Leo. You asked the artist. I don't speak for them. What about this? Am I actually gonna give her... No, she looks like... Okay, now she looks like adult Monica. Why is it that, like, such a simple outfit, like, a white fucking... Maybe I go for fucking, clear... feminine. See how that looks. See if I can find the outfit here. See, it still fits. No. Oh, if it was the other way round. Those buttons are not in an appropriate place. Come on. Oh. Dear Lord. I feel like I'm gonna have to improvise again. I can't believe I'm not able to replicate this part of her outfit. It's so simple. And white and red is such a like... That's unbelievable. Yeah, suit jackets. It's just not there. Just needs to be this, but not like this, but white, basically. I guess I'll just go with that. I think she's wearing a skirt. Not like... Yeah. I believe I know just the, yep. Right here. Boosh. That's a much better shot of the suit jacket. Oh, I tell you what, I really wish you could layer clothes. That would be so fucking, that would be so fucking, simple. And would increase the amount of stuff you could do. Let me, maybe rotate the eyes. The eyes downwards a little bit. Just a little bit. I think... Yeah, it looks a bit better. I think I'm gonna have to go with that. Okay, for the rest of the outfits, I really don't know. Well, maybe athletic. What would be the N-Tech suit? It probably would be athletic, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, this is actually pretty close as things go. This is pretty close to the combat suit she wears, because it does have the green accents. Not as many as this, but you know, it's yeah, I think this one. Yeah, nice. There's nothing for a helmet, is there? Is there? Headwear. If there was going to be a helmet, it would just look ridiculous. Yeah, let's give it a Kylo Ren's helmet. Fuck me. Got a bunch of Star Wars stuff in here, because I was fucking about with Star Wars stuff. Yeah, there's nothing. Ooh. Okay, well that's cool then. But for the rest, we really don't have any idea. I mean, I don't want to make her too promiscuous. I mean, what her and Jim got up to that night after Makino's defeat, you know, it's none of my business, but, just gonna go something pretty simple, I think. I think that fits her. Simple gown. Party, again. That automatically jumped onto something that fits her. I think that looks really good. Have a quick breeze through. Yeah, that looks really good. Bam. Perfect. Oh, hold on. What about this one? Nah. That's like somewhat... If there's like a female Max Steel, this would be like the turbo dress. This fucking music, are you hearing this shit, guys? What the fuck is going on? Are we ascending right now? Am I high? What's going on? Jesus. Yeah, the blue one of the... Yeah, I think I prefer this one. Her outfits are usually very sleek, so I think we go with that. Swimwear... God, I might need to decrease the muckle, because I think that's a bit too much muckle. Maybe complement it with a bit more weight. I know, she's very, like, you know, physically fit, obviously, but, like, that's steroid levels of abs. Swimwear. What about that? I'll ditch the fucking... I hate it when it fucking puts accessories on. Like, what is that? That looks like a bunch of dried pineapple. It's so stupid. Molly just wearing fucking dried pineapple on her neck while swimming. Okay, hot weather. I don't really know if I like that. That's the outfit she had on before. God, look at the shades, how they perfectly blend. What about this? Yeah? There's something about the eyes that's still throwing me off. It might be like the really big... Hold on, is it the makeup? No, it's like, if you take away the makeup, you can sort of see like it highlights the sort of bags under her eyes. Is there not just like a... Oh, God, fucking no. I feel like that looks a bit better, actually. If we make them a bit bigger... And then angle them... And then maybe get rid of the makeup? No, keep the eyeliner. Let me modify the eyeliner if I can. Make it a bit more... Just a bit... subtle. Subtle game. This game doesn't know the meaning of the word subtle. It's either fucking all or nothing. Oh my god. I said eyeliner, not working in a coal mine for 20 years. Not fucking cursed by demons. Eyeliner. get rid of that. Get rid of that on the eyes. Eyeliner. Don't want that little edge bit. Just simple eyeliner. Is that so difficult? Goodness gracious me. Okay, it's just like those eyes, but like without the lashes. Wish you could like toggle the lashes. She was slaying when she was Toxon coded. Yeah, Toxiana. Funny that it's again another one of those things you never really think about until someone points it out, but she was the only female villain in Max Steel. Crazy. Will there be magic in Turbified? What, like Murakami? Probably not. I don't think so. Murakami's such an interesting thing. Again, there's so many little pieces of Max Steel lore that, like, weren't fully explored. Okay, is that the same eye? I think that is the same eye, but without the, I don't know, she just sort of looks weird. Is it because of the do I need to make them bigger? If I look at Max, maybe I do need to make them a bit bigger. And maybe a bit closer together. Oh, yes. Well, Sydney Link is a little bit of a cheat. Because the Link itself, I don't know if that you could count that. Because that's the Link speaking through Sydney. So it would give it a female voice even if it wasn't female. But was one of the Nexus members female? You guys, for reasons that are very obvious, I've blacked out Turbocharged from my memory entirely. So maybe that is a thing. Also, hey, you know, welcome. Yeah, that's the thing, Julia, but, the primary theory for Murakami is that the staff that was used to enchant the sword was actually, an Ultralink sphere. So, may not have been magic, may have just been some funky Ultralink science. Like, that sorcerer was able to do some weird shit with an Ultralink sphere and, like, transfer the linking abilities of, an Ultralink into a sword so that Murakami got trapped within it. I don't know. Again, that's a part of Max Steel that really requires more explanation, and we got so little of it. But I truly think it makes way too much sense for that staff not to be an Ultralink sphere. It just looks way too similar. I refuse to believe that that's not what they intended. Because if so, that, like, it just looks way too similar. Does this work for more? I feel like the skirt might be a bit too short. I don't know. Yeah, that works. Not as far as we know, Genie. There could have been, but we only actually, funnily enough, we only actually saw the one member of the Black Star Council. It was the one member that was always talking to Vengarn and Rhinoc. It was always the same member. So there very well could have been a member, a female member of the Black Star Council, but we never saw them. No, the Black Star Council member, they had a male voice. Right, cold weather. Ah yes, cold weather. Let's wear something with a gap. Fucking hell, Sims. Oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe I should write a Christmas episode for Turbified. I actually have one in mind, you know. Because I was gonna do a video years ago. Well, not years ago. I think it was in 2024. Where I, like, wrote a Max Steel Christmas episode, but that would sort of be breaching copyright. I was gonna do it in the same way as I did the Dinosaur King video, where I rewrote Santosaurus, but I think that falls more under fair use. Number one, because the bulk of that video was discussion, and it sort of falls under review and commentary, whereas with that, I would just be making a Max Steel episode. So I don't think I could do that. So maybe I'll take what I was going to do there and put it into Turbified. Because Max Steel never had a Christmas special. I've just noticed that in her formal outfit, Molly has a necklace on. And it figures the one outfit that I can't actually give her the necklace because it'd be under. Let me see if I can find a better... That doesn't have the sleeves. Oh, what about this? If we're not... No, that's not a suit jacket. What about this? No, that's not... That's a cardigan. Suit jacket. These are legitimately our only options. Are you shitting me? I'm gonna have to go with this. Accessories, necklaces. It's just the... Oh, these are... It's a piece of tachyon. Should have a simple... Basically looks exactly... Oh, that's too big. Too big, too gaudy. Oh my god, what the fuck are the... Get rid of formal. What's that from? I don't know why I have that. I've installed a few mods on this. There's just a bunch of Star Wars stuff. It's like that, but that's way too big. Oh god, yeah. I sort of found out about those pretty recently. I think I'll just go with that. I think that's good enough. But there were like toy videos that they made like around the season 5 era that were like fucking atrocious, like would all of you... Yes, exactly. I was about to mention that, Guys, would you believe me that during Season 5, they made a genuine fucking, like, toy short where Extroya has a goth girlfriend? I swear she looked like a fucking Barbie. A Christmas Elementor. Alright, I think that'll do. I was just... The reason I mentioned the Christmas thing is because, no, I didn't mean to do that. is because, I was just imagining, like, her, Jim, and Max all on an outing in Copper Canyon. Why didn't we get a Christmas episode? That would have been so nice. Now that's really making me want to do a Christmas episode for Turbified. Right, okay, so that's done and dusted. Molly McGrath. No, that's not her first name. McGrath. Aspiration. Maybe something family related? Family. There it is. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I feel like large loving household. Trait. I'd say family-oriented would probably be up there. I genuinely don't think I've ever put that trait on a sim before. Well, she's pretty confident in herself. And she's pretty active. There we go. Right, let's modify her voice. Sort of higher. Okay, that's alright, maybe a bit deeper. I don't know what the hell it is with the people that voice the Max Steel characters, but I swear, I've been able to get all 3 of our characters today. I've been able to get their voices, like, dead on perfect. A bit... a bit higher. Yeah, like, that is... bit higher. Yeah. Like, that is literally Molly's voice. What the hell? Max helps the needy and powers the homeless shelter with turbo energy. Yeah, more Max interacting with the people, but then again, it's like, if you do that, because if you do that, you've sort of got to ignore the implications that would come from that, of like, you know, companies going, where is this mysterious energy that, you know, can power the universe coming from? That's the thing, it's like, Dread being, oh, yeah, that fucking reminded me. Genuinely, I watched a fucking review of the Max Steel live-action movie the other day, and I swear to God, the dude genuinely was like, oh yeah, Dredd wants to, the villain wants to harness Max's energy. Why? Well, just because. And I'm like, have you, like, watched, in the words of Jeremy Clarkson, have you ever watched a television program called The News? Do you know what humanity does? Is it honestly surprising to you that a human being would become greedy and want to exploit the most powerful energy in the universe. Why is that surprising to you? Have you literally, like, encountered humanity doing literally anything? That's realistic. That's what humanity does. And the most unrealistic thing about Max Steel is that Dread and Makino were the only people to make use of Max's turbo energy. That's like the most realistic thing, that there was never like a super rich, like, corporate guy, which I guess Nort sort of fitted with that bill. There was never like a rich industrialist that wanted to exploit Max's turbo energy for money. Like, Dread didn't want Max's turbo energy for money, he wanted it for power. Right, that's Molly. We are heading, well, we've gone over stream, but I'll keep the stream going for a little bit, because I think we should make Forge. Excuse me. Let's swap it back to the regular outfit. Oh, are you shitting me? The fuck, are you telling me that the eyeliner only work? Oh, bloody Nora. No, makeup. Apply. There we go. Bam! Molly McGruth! I am definitely happy with what we've made today. So far. Right. Let's end it off with Forge. Oh, hold on. I need to do her preferences. Activity. Don't think we've ever seen her bake, but I'm sure she'd probably like it. Cooking. Fitness. I did select Mischief for Steel, didn't I? I must have done, surely. Yep, there we go. Okay, color. She likes green because of Entech. I didn't think about that. If I had to do Season 5, how would I do it? And I have to include Green Turbo and Terrorax. Oh, that is... Ugh. I'd be alright if I had to include the Green Turbo energy, but why do I have to include Terrorax? Oh. Yeah, exactly. Well, first of all, I would have Max and Steel not, get separated, obviously, you know, number one. God, we got her outfit, like, fucking exact. I'm so happy. Right. Forge. I reckon we could go with the default face for this. Oh, does that or does that not look exactly like fucking Forge? Right, show me Forge. But, yeah, maybe I'd make, like, maybe I'd make, Terrorax, like, what Dread became after a bunch of exposure to turbo energy. Oh, doing Forge's hair might be a bit difficult. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Come on, Forge. Haha! Perfect! Yeah, that's like graying black. I think that'll work. Oh yeah, I need to change him to an adult. Oh, it's already looking more like him. His mouth looks weird again, though. He's got a very long face. A very long face, Jesus. And his eyes need to be bigger, obviously. Yeah, that is really funny, you know, that Terax is, like, in the toy, like, line on the box art and stuff, he genuinely looks like quite a cool villain, and then he legit looks nothing like that in the show. Like, at all. Okay, he's got some fucking thick eyebrows. All the renders I have of him have him, like, looking angry. Yeah, exactly, Genie. Because then just like, yep, this is like a fucking demon bog, and it's like, you may rewrite Season 5, but you must use Terax, and it's like, you didn't say for how long. Yeah, God, he has some big, thick, fucking bushy eyebrows. I think they're a bit too thick, though, again. They don't always translate very well. Random point, I don't know why I thought about this. I was watching Wrath of Machino, the first bit, last night, because I was having a look at the McGrath apartment. Also, rewatching Steel and Jim interact, which was one of the coolest scenes in the entire fucking franchise, and we needed more of it. Random point. I think it's completely fucking stupid that they even for 1 second try it. It's an interesting, like, little character, like, I wouldn't call it a character arc, like a little mini character consideration for Max to have, in Wrath of Machina. Okay, he has, like, his head is like, he's built like a steroided brick shithouse, but his face is, like, really skinny. But it's really wide. Oh god, this is gonna look really weird. There we go, that's a bit better. But, it just seems weird to me. What is that? Can you guys see that? What's the weird reflection in his eyes? Like a pair of screens. A trio of screens. Oh, that's kind of weird. Forge Ferris, ladies and gentlemen. Up close and personal. But, I think it's just a bit weird that they... Not weird, like, it's a cool plotline. I think it's more just the, it's more just the Jefferson comment that makes me, like, that's a bit iffy. How Jefferson comes up to Max as Steel and Jim are talking outside, and it's just like, so what are you gonna do with yourself now? And he's like, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, don't you think that now that your dad's back, him and Steel are gonna get back together? And I'm like, no one in their right mind would think that that was actually gonna happen. Like, number one, although we don't really know this until, the latter part of Wrath of Machina, but it's like, Max and Steel together are stronger than Jim and Steel were. And number two, you really believe for even 1 second that after being imprisoned for 16 years, the thing that Jim is gonna want to do is just throw himself right back into being Jim Steele. No, he's gonna want to spend time with his family, with Molly, with Max, with all of Entech. Like, he's not gonna want to be out in the field. He was out in the field in Wrath of Makino because, you know, it was, in the first part, it was necessary. Well, it was, you know, dire. It was a very big, you know, a very big deal that Makino was back. And in the second part, it was necessary to rescue Max. But, like, no, he wouldn't. He's not gonna choose that life. Yeah, exactly. It was just... But the thing is, it's not even that it was, like, for forced drama, because I think if you took out that scene of Jefferson, like, saying, oh, don't you think that your dad and Steele are gonna get back together? Like, if you took that out and instead had Max, like, looking at Steele and Jim, like, laughing together and going, like, oh, God, like, you know... is because my dad was the first person that Steele linked with, like, is their bond stronger than my bond with him? Are they gonna get back together? Like, I don't think that's an unrealistic thing for him to think, but I don't think that anyone would think that. I don't think anyone apart from him would think that. Like, no one would think that Jim was just gonna steal away from Max and just go right back to being a hero. No one would think that. It's completely unrealistic. Well, yeah, that too, but, I mean, as long as they linked up every 8 hours, yeah. Oh, and by the way, that limit is complete bullshit. They say it's 8 hours, and literally, like, every time they have an episode where Max and Steele get separated and Max almost blows up, it has legitimately, like, only been an hour. That's it. Like, I'm trying to think of all the times it happened. When did it happen? Let me have a look at all the times that it happened. Come Together Part 3. When they got separated, in the THI Tower. They were apart for, like, half an hour at most. What else? No, let's see, no, making the grades, they were able to link up. I'm pretty sure, hold on, I'm pretty sure that, oh, no, yeah, Max went to visit him during the night, didn't he? Okay, maybe Make the Grade you can make the argument for. I haven't rewatched that one in a while, I'll have to see. Let's see. Ultralink Hunter was, Ultralink Hunter was a bit different because they were separated, but Max didn't, like, almost overload. But I feel like that was, must have been, like, half an hour, maybe, 20 minutes, half an hour. Makino Strikes is a big one, because it's like, they got separated, and it's like, we see everything that goes on screen. Like, there's no time jumps. So it's like, they're apart from, like, the end of the Makino fight to, like, when they're on the ship, for literally, like, 20 minutes. And we're meant to believe that that's, like, 8 hours. What the actual fuck are you talking about? It's just not. It doesn't happen as often as I thought it did. I thought it happened, like, way more often. It happened in Fugitives. Oh yeah, it happened in I completely forgot about that. It happened in Ultralink Invasion Part 2, didn't it? Yeah, cuz because Vengan stole him. You see, Julia, I believe that if it was, like, even anywhere close, like, I still think it's literally just, like, 8 hours is not the time. It just isn't, because, like, Makino Strikes is the one that really solidifies that, because, like, it is literally, they're literally only apart for 20 minutes, and by the end of that 20 minutes, Max is on the floor, clutching his body, erupting with turbo energy, like, exactly the same way that he was about to explode in the first episode. Like, it's just ridiculous, the time that they use it. So yeah, it's just like 8 hours is just not the right length of time. Okay, there's still something. Maybe it's the lips. It's always the fucking lips, isn't it? Make them bigger. No. Forge is unhappy. Should I make this a GIF and a GIF emoji in the Discord? Oh god. Forge is unhappy. Oh god. Oh, I can make him a bit bigger. No, that just looks really stupid. I mean, he does have a wide mouth, but I don't think that just really translates very well. Let me just make it look normal. As normal as I can. Okay, well, first of all, I just realized he needs to be the big boy. It's annoying you can't make them, like, roided. Like, if you put the fat and the muscle together, it should make them roided. But, for his everyday, I think I'll make the athletic the suit. I can actually make it this one. It's in the Entech colors and everything. There we go. Every day I'm gonna I'm gonna have to look at get together, come together. Part 1 again. Probably not, for multiple reasons. Number one, it'd be weird to do a reboot of a reboot. And number two, Mattel seems to be incredibly comfortable in erasing everything to do with Max Steel and pretending it doesn't even fucking exist. Excuse me. But one can hope. Again, that's sort of just my aim for Turbified, is to, like, give you guys what we should have gotten carrying on from Season 3, basically. Alright, cafe scene. God, I keep forgetting. So, I find it so funny every time I fucking see it. how ridiculously over the top into Max Sydney was from day one. Like, it's ridiculous how quickly she fucking fell for him. She was so into him from day one, it's ridiculous. It's funny, like, how their relationship went, because obviously a lot of the time, sometimes it's like, relationships go so ridiculously slowly in shows like that they never actually get together. Or sometimes they go, like, really, really slowly, but then they actually do get together. Max Steel did it really weirdly when they went, like, at rocket speed in, like, the first 3 episodes, and then, like, it just went straight fucking down and just flatlined for the rest of the fucking show. Right, so he has, like, a thick fucking brown jacket on. He's a Dark Lord of the Sith. Darth Forge. Darth Ferris. Why would you... Can we just take a minute to think about the fact that Forge is his first name? Forge Ferris. Who in the goddamn name of fuck names their child Forge? Anyway. Hold on, what about cold weather? Oh, we are looking at full body, in fairness. Looks kind of alright. Yeah, exactly, King. Although wasn't... Yeah, honestly, I fucking... Oh, God, Eno, why'd you have to remind me? I genuinely fucking forgot that Terrarax's first name was Prometheus. It's so shit, like, I legit want to throw up. It's just so fucking bad. Okay, that's not Forge, that's Sherlock Holmes. Let's go, my god. Oh yeah, this is, oh yeah, that's literally, like, pretty much exactly what he wears. Now he's starting to look like Forge. But yeah, wasn't Mortem his second name? I don't know if we ever got a confirmation on that. Okay, what is he wearing on his lower half? I think just some generic trousers. There's something about him that's just not... Okay, that's a much better quality picture. Maybe it's the eyes are a bit too... Yeah, it's the other way around, yeah. Maybe it's like... There we go, give him a bit more of an angular chin. Again, there's only so much I can do. Okay, it certainly would help if I gave him the right fucking coloured eyes. No wonder I was looking at him and it wasn't looking right. So I wasn't giving him the right coloured eyes. Oh yeah, now it looks like Forge. Fucking hell, no wonder. It's like, what? No, why is it that way? Fucking idiot. Didn't give him the right fucking eye colour. Such an idiot. God, he is so wide. You like look at the scene where him and Molly are having like at the cafe together, and his shoulders, he's built like a tank. Yeah, maybe. Hold on, let me. I don't want to make him too low. So I don't want him to look like permanently angry. Yeah, I think that works. Right. Formal. I don't think he ever wore anything. Did he ever wear anything formal? Did he have a formal outfit? There's only 2 times I can think of that he may have had a formal outfit. One was at the party in Wrath of Makino, and the other was in that video he filmed where he was on a dating site. Let me have a look at both. Oh yeah, the nose. That's like... Oh, that's as far down as I can make it. What the hell? Make the nose longer! Oh. Perfect! Forge Ferris, everyone! Jesus. Let's go into detail edit mode. It's like the up a bit. Oh my god, I'm making him look like a fucking villager. There we go. Yeah, that's a bit... Oh yeah, that's more like it. Oh yeah, Hard Water wasn't formal. That was the... I think that was the same everyday outfit he had on in Come Together, if I remember correctly, but I will check. Hard Water is such a good episode. Yep, it's the same outfit. I thought so. Right, let me check for the other one. The dating outfit, that would be in Dread Ascendant, because that's when they hacked into Forge's computer. Okay, let's back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Yep, okay, still in the same outfit. Although he does have, I've just noticed in the everyday outfit, it's blue. He has blue trousers, not just the grey ones. Although I think they probably look better. Blue, 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 blue. There we go. It's actually more like that. That doesn't look right to me. He's not very good at fashion, is he, Forge? Right, okay, so not that. I imagine he's just going to be wearing the same one in the, at the Wrath of Makino party. But I must check, just in case. Yep, wearing the exact same outfit. So we have all of 2 outfits for Forge, even less than Molly. Fantastic. Right, well, I guess we're going to have to wing it. That actually doesn't look too bad. The black suit. I think it suits him. I'm really funny. I don't know if you've noticed. Right, yeah, I think the simple shirt and tie suit him. I think I might generally go with that. Athletic we've already done. That's the suit. Sleep. Can you imagine? Nah, he wears Entech official, boxer shorts. I kind of feel like he might, that he might wear it like this, too. think I leave it like that. Right, party. Oh, that's a cool jacket. No suit jacket will fit on his massive shoulders. Yeah, exactly. He's built like a fucking tank. Imagine if he ever got married and he was just like, right, and like the dude's facing the other way, and he just like, right, Mr. Ferris, we need to get you fitted for your Jesus Christ. That actually fits him. The Entech green. I tell you what, the Sims 4 we're running over, so that's why I'm like, I genuinely think that actually looks really good. I think it fits him. The Sims 4 is coming up with some really good suggestions. Right. Swimwear. He'd have some, like, massive... Oh, yeah. And get rid of the top. It's kind of a shame that we didn't have, like, a beach episode for the whole crew. His shirt size is called Forge. Yeah, it's just like medium, large, extra large, extra, extra large. Wait, did I skip extra large? Yeah, it's like, there's small, medium, large, extra, extra large, and then Forge. Although, ironically enough, I feel like Jefferson might actually be bigger than Forge, like, body-wise. Yeah, I think, that or that. I think this. Hot weather. Oh my god, get rid of the fucking accessories. I fucking hate it when they just randomly fucking do that. I cannot imagine Forge wearing this. I can imagine him wearing, like a green Hawaiian shirt, though. That's one of them. Where's the other one? Here it is. Yes. And Tech only employs big boys. Oh no, they employed Commander Parker. He was a scrawny dude. Well, he wasn't even scrawny, he just wasn't taking steroids since he was like a teenager. Does anyone, like, remember, obviously, you know, we're all Max Steel fans here. Does anyone remember what their actual reaction was to seeing Commander Parker again? Because obviously he was introduced in the Colonel Castle episode, and then, out of fucking nowhere, he just makes a random return in Season 2 in Deep Turbo Blue Sea. Like, I don't really remember what my reaction to that was, because I don't think I really recognized him. Probably because he was such a minor character, and because, he had a different voice actor. But, he is legit the only character that, like, the only side character that was introduced in a previous episode and then came back. I don't think any other one-off character came back like he did. I think I'll stick, again, really doing well with this, with these suggestions. Yeah, I think the same, King. I was too young to actually properly notice that it was him. Right, Coldwell. Oh my god! What the hell are with these fucking, like, accessories? Stop! In fairness, they were based on the character that auto-generated when we clicked New Sim. So, yeah. Okay, cold weather. Again! That fits him! That does look like something I can imagine Forge wearing. What about this? Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. I need to make sure that he doesn't have... Would Forge wear slippers? I'm kind of sad that we didn't get to see too much of, like, out of Entech Forge. Maybe I'll throw a bit of that in Turbified as well. I need to, like, keep writing this shit down. all the stuff that I've come up with to include in this episode, in this stream. Maybe something a bit thicker. No, that doesn't really look that good, because that makes him look like he's thinner than he actually is. They don't look very warm. On classic green Entex shoes. Okay. I think that might be it. Yeah. Okay. Right. Forge. Varus. Aspiration. Again, it's kind of difficult to do aspirations for these characters, so there's no, like, save the world from an alien invading overlord aspiration. Yeah, exactly. There's no other clothes will fit him. They both wear size Forge. I really... I need to, like, remember all these jokes. Yeah, I think it'd be so funny to make that a joke in Rewatched. That's something I'm looking forward to in Rewatched, like, coming up with a bunch of inside jokes, like, the name we're gonna come up with for the truck driver, whatever that ends up being, and stuff like that. Yeah, so just put athletic. Trait. Let's go, emotional. Well, he's definitely self-assured. He did say that he loves long walks on the beach in that video. Maybe active? I'm kind of struggling with Forge. Well, avoid lying is probably not something I should put for Forge. I guess I'll just put good. Because he is a good oh god, what's going on with his mouth? There we go. That was a bit too far down. Oh, you want to know something real funny? In, what's it called? Elements of Surprise Part 1, give me 2 seconds, you need to, check something real quick. There we go. You know in Elements of Surprise Part 1, which I rewatched recently, and you know, that's you should all probably recognize the name, but that's the two-parter where Ultimate Elementor is born. That two-parter is actually not as good as I remember it being. Like, I think the second part is probably the better one, but the first part is like, it just really irritates me how, like, cruel Forge is to Steel for, like, no fucking reason. And he has the fucking audacity when Steel asks that he wants answers. he has the fucking audacity to say that he's told him too much already. At that point in the show, he's literally told him nothing. Literally nothing. I think that's after Extroy Unleashed. So he told him that there are millions of Ultralinks. But that's literally it. That's literally it. And he has the audacity to say that he's told him too much already. He's not told him anything. It's so bullshit. He's loyal and awkward. Yeah, I think loyal. I'll put that on. I don't really need to put active on because we got the we got this. Cause of death. That's another thing, that there wasn't any character deaths in Max Steel apart from Fishy. And he's not even really real. Also, I've talked about this before, but you want to know something that if you've not heard it before, it will make you yeah, paranoid. That would be. There is fucking erratic. You know, back in the olden days, that used to be called insane. But I guess they changed it because that's kind of, you know, offensive. Talk to themselves and have unpredictable emotions. From an outside perspective, that should be something that Max has. Because, like, everyone sees him talking to himself. Fun me. But, yeah, something about Fishy's death that's actually quite sad. Obviously, at the end, like, when he finally falls away, you actually see Fishy, like, in his regular real form as just, like, a plastic fish. And the thing is, more often than not, that form is usually only shown when like Max Steel is using his real form to show like the perspective of the other characters, like what they see Fishy doing. But Gloomy, well, no, Gloomy is just like sad constantly. I don't want Forge to just be depressed. But so usually the regular Fishy form is used to, like, show the perspective of what Fishy looks like to, you know, like, regular people. But, in that final scene with Fishy, when it's literally just him and Toxon. They're the only ones down there in the water, obviously. And that's led me to sort of come up with quite a sad headcanon, in that the reason that in the last moments where Fishy fell away, he looked like his actual, you know, his actual normal plastic fish form, is because that moment was the part of Toxon's brain that is, like, fucked up, that causes him to see Fishy sort of fixing itself because Fishy said time to let go, so he can no longer see Fishy. So he really did die, basically, because Toxon is the only one that can actually see him, and because of, like, his final scene, and it's just the two of them, but Toxon seems to see him in that form. It's like he actually did die in Toxon's head, and the part of him that allows him to speak to Fishy can't function anymore. So yeah, that's a bit of a depressing headcanon for you. I think someone asked earlier, I've got to respond to it, about Toxon slowly dying. That was a thing. In what was it? A Germ of an Idea, the one where they go inside him. The reason they had to do that was because the toxins in his body went to his brain. That basically did, like, put him in a catatonic state. He wasn't fully dead, but he was just, like, his brain wasn't functioning anymore to the point where he, like, couldn't actually, you know, speak properly or anything. So if it hadn't been for, like, the whole THI failsafe virus that had Fishy, they wouldn't have known to have looked for him, and he would have just died. Also, it's kind of weird that because they said in that episode, and again, episode continuity, Max Steel is usually pretty good at it. It's great. They said in that episode that the last time they fought him was in the Max Steel Turbo Warrior game. And that means that in between then and that episode, that must have been like, they must have been months apart, because that was like almost when Makino had gotten to Earth. That means that, like, for months, they didn't encounter Toxon. Did they not question, like, why one of his, like, main villains hadn't popped up for a while? Also, I've always thought that it was a little bit weird that, I mean, I guess the using Fishy going, like, they're gonna destroy Earth just like they destroyed Fishy thing sort of brought him round, but the virus that he made that was infecting the Deadless platform, that was Fishy. So I almost feel like he would be, like, he wouldn't want to get rid of that, because that would be like he's killing Fishy. But, you know, I think the Ultralink thing was a pretty smart thing for Steel to say. Yeah, honestly, King, you're right. But everyone, I think we are going to leave it here for tonight. I could honestly keep streaming all night making stuff in The Sims 4 and chatting with you all about Max Steel. But this has been a great stream. I've had lots of fun. I hope you guys have too. We made, I didn't really know how many we were going to end up making. I kind of forgot how long it takes to make stuff in The Sims 4 if you actually, like, properly put effort in and consider it. Damn, Julia. Well, I appreciate sticking around. Again, that's why I knew it had to be on a Saturday, so, you know, people were able to stop by. Yeah. But, yeah, we made Max. Looks pretty good. We made Human Steel. Again, looks pretty good. Like, I think the face shape definitely helps, because it is, like, almost in the face shape of, an Omega class Ultralink. We made Molly. Able to replicate her outfit. Pretty much identical. And we made Forge. Differing levels of accuracy, like with the eyes and stuff. I'll probably do a bit of tweaking off camera. You see, now that I've done this, I would go and just, like, make all of the characters off screen, but I feel like it'd be a cool video series to do. Because I used to, I did start a video series, called The Sims 4 Creation Challenge, years ago at this point. So I might bring that back and just design a bunch of Max Steel characters in in The Sims 4. But yeah, I really hope you guys have enjoyed. I've had a lovely time on stream today. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope to see you all on some of my other streams that aren't, necessarily related to Max Steel. Join me on all of the other adventures I have on here. Again, we go on all sorts of awesome adventures here on stream. Right now I'm in the midst of an Oblivion playthrough with our character Amber, and we've already made up so much story, and she's been through a lot in the series. Thus far, a couple of weeks ago, she was tricked into killing a whole village full of people, which really had an impact on her. We're currently in the playthrough of an awesome in the middle of a playthrough, sorry, of an awesome story game called Lost Soul Aside, which has many similarities to Max Steel. It's one of the reasons that I got it, because it's about, it's set on like an alternate planet with humans on, and the main character has a crystalline dragon creature who is an alien who can bond with him and his weapons and make him stronger, and we're fighting against the same race as the alien that helps the main character, so there's so many fucking parallels in Lost Soul Aside. And I'm also playing through COD Zombies, which by itself has an incredible storyline by itself. So, yeah, I will be back, of course, on Monday for more Lost Soul Aside, on Wednesday for more Oblivion, on Friday for more Zombies, where we're going to be continuing through Black Ops 4 Zombies, and we're going to be playing Alpha Omega, the map. I'm really looking forward to that. The remake of Nuketown. A lot of people don't seem to like it, but it does look pretty cool to me. Bunch of new ray gun variants and lots of sciencey stuff underground. And next Saturday, of course, I will be back for the second live stream of Max Steel March, where we're going to be playing all of the Flash games that were, well, maybe not all of them, but we're probably going to be dipping our toe into all of them. We're going to be playing a bunch of the Flash games that were on the website back in the day. And I'm really looking forward to that, because I haven't played any of them, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, that's going to be really cool. Yeah. And if you don't want to be, if you don't want to miss any of my live streams or uploads, and you want to be automatically notified whenever I upload or go live, go join the casual Discord in the description as well. Most of you are already in the Max Steel Discord as well, but a link to that is also in the description. If you're at least 16, go join both of them. And yeah, this was a great, Max Steel March live stream, and I look forward to more of them. So, yeah, I will see you on another video or stream very, very soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.